It was the summer of 1901, and a group of sponge divers off the coast of Antikythera were fighting for their lives. A violent storm had torn their ship from its moorings and forced them to take shelter nearby. But here's where the story takes its first shocking turn. The next morning, they weren't just looking for sponges, they were looking for treasure, and what they found would be so impossible, so utterly beyond comprehension, that one of the divers swore he had seen the work of gods. Elias Stadiatis, a young diver, was the first to reach the bottom. He surfaced moments later, gasping, his face pale as a ghost. He was screaming about a pile of rotting corpses. But it wasn't the skeletons that haunted him. It was what lay beside them. A lump of corroded bronze that, when he touched it, clicked. Something inside was moving, something that should not have existed 1,000 years ago. Welcome back to Ancient Atlas. I'm Muhammad Allah. And today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the world's first computer. A 2,000-year-old bronze device so advanced that when scientists first saw it, they refused to believe their own eyes. A machine that could predict eclipses, track the Olympics, and map the cosmos with precision not seen again for over 1,000 years. How did the ancients build it? Who designed it? And why did this technology completely vanish from history? Let's find out when those divers first hauled the corroded lump onto their deck. Nobody got excited. It sat forgotten in a damp museum storage room for months. Then, in 1902, a curator named Valerios Stais made a discovery that would send shockwaves through the scientific community. The rock-like lump had cracked open, and inside that crack was a gear wheel with precision-cut teeth, exactly like an 18th century clock. Stais froze. He knew ancient history, and he knew what he was looking at was impossible. But other scholars laughed at him. This suggested the gear was a modern intrusion. For decades, the mechanism sat in obscurity, a forgotten embarrassment, gathering dust. It wasn't until the 1970s that Derek D. Solla Price used gamma ray radiography to peer inside. What he saw defied everything history taught us. Hidden inside was a system of over 30 bronze gears, including a differential gear technology, thought to be invented in the 16th century. The precision was staggering. This wasn't primitive guesswork. This was engineering that required mathematical knowledge the ancients supposedly did not possess in the 2000s. 3D X-ray technology allowed researchers to read inscriptions inside the mechanism hidden for millennia. This was a cosmos in a box. The front dial showed the position of the sun and moon against the zodiac. It even tracked the moon phases with stunning accuracy. But the back dial made scientists' jaws drop. There was a prediction device for eclipses, calculating the 223-month Saros cycle. The mechanism could tell you, decades in advance, exactly when the sun would go dark or when the moon would turn blood red. It also tracked the cycles of the Olympic Games. This machine was a celebration of Greek culture, connecting the heavens to mortal athletes. So who built this? Some whisper the name Archimedes. He was known to have built complex planetariums that showed the movements of the heavens. The ship that sank at Antikythera was likely a Roman vessel, stuffed with looted Greek treasures destined for wealthy nobles. But if that's true, it raises a disturbing question. Where are the others? The Antikythera Mechanism is to refine to be a prototype after the Roman conquest of Greece. The flame of innovation flickered. The Romans were practical. They had no use for complex mechanical computation. For over 1,000 years, humanity forgot how to predict eclipses with mechanical precision. We lost an entire branch of science. Today, it rests in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. It contains the ghost of a lost age of genius. If you enjoyed this journey into the impossible, subscribe to Ancient Atlas. I'm Muhammad Allah, and until next time, remember, the past is not dead.